everyone, welcome back to Obscurus Lupa Presents. This month, I'm taking on the Howling sequels. So you're probably wondering why I'm starting with 3. Well, Spoonie did a great review of Howling 2, and I don't feel like I have anything else to add. Check it out! I also already reviewed the 4th entry a while back, so I'll be skipping that one in this marathon as well. Got it? Good. Howling 3. The Marsupials. I suppose I could end the review here, but to be fair, I think the title does a bit of a disservice to the film. There's no were-kangaroos here, so I think the name is worse than the actual film is. It's still not good, but it's not were-kangaroo bad. Let's clarify one thing at the start here. It's not really fair to call the monsters in this movie werewolves either. The creatures are more similar to the thylacine, more commonly known as Tasmanian tigers or wolves, an extinct marsupial that you probably remember as, holy shit, that thing that can unhinge its jaw! I think this is a great concept for a werewolf movie, and if you're going to make a different breed of werewolf, this is a great place to start. The idea of the film is not where things go wrong, it's more of the execution than anything. For lack of a better term, I'm going to keep referring to the creatures as werewolves, but you can definitely see the true inspiration in the effects work here. The story starts out as a romance, actually, when Jerboa, an Australian girl born into a werewolf clan, cuts ties with her family and travels to America. After the initial romance thing, the movie gets kind of lost, but that's the main story arc to focus on. Get your silver bullets ready, 'cause it's werewolf hunting time! The creepiest part of the movie to me is at the very beginning when scientist Harry Beckmeyer is showing a film his grandfather took in 1905 during an anthropological expedition. I'm not sure if it's the black and white footage, the creepy music, or what, but this scene was actually pretty well done. After his class, he goes to Washington to meet with the president because, he's an important person. There he tells him that he believes there's evidence of werewolves existing, and of course the first thing the president is worried about is if the communists know about it. Yeah, everything we ever knew was wrong, and this subculture we never knew about has existed for hundreds of years, but look, there's this Cold War thing going on, and we're kind of petty. Cut to Jerboa, she's living with her clan in the Australian outback and getting kind of tired of the sexual advances and the whole cult thing. Of course, escaping something like this is really difficult. Or, you know, she could just do that.
You should not run away from home.
I don't like home.
Why, child?
Because my stepfather tried to rape me and he's a werewolf.
Taking that kinda lightly. Now in the city, Jerboa is enjoying her new surroundings and taking in the 80s of it all. This is when an American named Donnie spots her, and the romance truly begins. Wait, can't you see I love you, strange woman I've never met before? Come on, I promise I won't mug you. Ah yes, the first reaction you have is to chase her down like you're going to murder her. Going for the troll 2 tactic, I see.
Don't touch me. Look, I don't want to hurt you. I want to offer you a job.
I don't know, seems legit.
I'm an assistant director on a film. Well, it's a horror movie called Shapeshifters, Part 8.
A shape-shifting series with 8 parts. Ridiculous.
You need some shoes. Let's get you to the set and cleaned up. That's it. Come on.
This is getting kinda creepy, dude. He's perfect! Determined to get Jerboa back, her sisters put on some disguises and get on a bus to the city. That's right, there are werewolf nuns in this. In case you haven't gotten it already, this movie is pretty freaking weird. Apparently, having been immediately cast without any say from anyone else, Jerboa is on set and taken to the director.
In the 60s, Andy Warhol showed us how pop could be high art. In fact, everything is high art. That's what this is all about. For example, in your first scene, you'll be gang raped by 4 monsters.
Yes, and all of them are played by Donnie. Funny, he really wanted that part. When Jerboa tells Donnie that she's never seen a movie before, he takes her out to see It Came from Uranus.
How are you feeling, big boy? Can I do anything for you?
In case you haven't guessed by now, Howling 3 is a comedy. And it works and it doesn't. Some of the commentary is funny, such as poking fun at silly horror movies, which is ironic considering what the series eventually turned into, but other parts are just weird and don't gel with the tone of the rest of the movie. I give the film props for actually having a sense of humor about itself, but it seems to be wasting some of the cool concepts it sets up. Alright, I guess we're moving right along then. Lady, he chased you down like an animal today, and now you're sleeping with him? I know you're kinda out of the loop on this society, but you still do have a sense of self-preservation, right? Ah well, it appears Donnie and Jerboa are meant to be. Not because the actors have any sort of chemistry or anything we're shown on screen, but because the movie tells us so.
The moon doesn't do it. It's wrong.
How would you know? Are you a werewolf?
Yes. But I don't want to be.
It would be nice if people in this film had real reactions to things, or any reaction at all. And the way Jerboa talks throughout this thing, it's a wonder that werewolves have been kept a secret for so long. They're not doing a particularly good job at hiding it. The next morning, Donnie makes a strange discovery. Whoa, dude, you had sex with her at least twice, and you didn't notice that? Oh well, I guess he doesn't care. So here's where the kangaroo comparison comes in. The werewolves have pouches. It makes sense with the inspiration, but still, it's kinda weird. I guess the idea doesn't bother me that much, but compared to the first two films especially, it's just a little out of place. I think if it had been handled a little better, it wouldn't have seemed that off, but the way the movie deals with it is how the characters handle much of the action, with a meh.
Cut! Action! Cut! Action!
Truly the next Kubrick. So the cast of Shapeshifter 8 is having a dress-up party, and it's revealed to the audience what really causes a werethylacine to transform. Flashing lights. Apparently this is a revelation to Jerboa herself, since she sits there for a good while before realizing, hey, maybe sitting in the middle of these strobe lights isn't such a good idea. And do you get many flashing lights in the middle of the outback? As far as transformation triggers go, this is oddly specific. Then she does it with Donnie in a Dracula costume before figuring it's time to get out of there before she transforms. Also this happens.
Darling, you look divine!
Yeah, not as scary or funny as they were intending. Jerboa runs until she's hit by a car. This is when the film decides to have a character show any sort of emotion.
Jerboa, I love you.
I love you too, Dracula.
She's taken to the hospital, where they discover her pouch and call in Beckmeyer. Why? I get that he's studying werewolves or whatever, but how does woman with pouch translate to that? In any case, they discover that she's pregnant and she has a trippy dream sequence. Well, that's just goofy. The werewolf nuns break in and take Jerboa away, leaving behind a trail of comically posed bodies. Now with little to go on, Beckmeyer and his associates ask Donnie for any information he might have, and he recalls her mentioning that she's from a town called Flo. Yes, it's wolf backwards. When he's told that she's pregnant and he may be the father, Donnie is determined to find her.
You have no right to tell me what to do.
Bullshit.
Take her away.
Ah well, I guess that's settled. While Jerboa is taken away, we're introduced to the second plot of the movie involving the werewolf that was spotted in Russia. She's a ballet dancer who has conveniently come to Australia, and due to some weird hoo-ha wears thylacine bullshit, she's destined to mate with the leader of the tribe, Thylo. That's right, Howling 3 was doing imprinting way before Twilight came along. The Russian werewolf is named Olga. Yeah, apparently they just thought of the first Russian name that came to their heads and moved on. Anyway, she starts to feel strange and questions whether she should dance that night. Eyebrows McGee here receives an incoming psychic werewolf message.
I get a vibration.
Good vibrations.
Is he the one?
Wow, I always wanted to date a poorly drawn ogre. Guess the movie found her just as strange as we do. I wonder, did the other werewolves make fun of her for being such a weirdo? And to further prove my point that the werewolves in this movie are doing fuck all to hide themselves, we get this scene. For some reason, Beckmeyer and his associate just happen to be at the rehearsal. Well, gee whiz, it's like Coincidence Central in here. Oh shit, if only I'd listened to the screams before leaping blindly at a werewolf. Ugh. While Beckmeyer tries to ask Olga about herself, the doctors are performing the oh-so-scientific experiment of taking Polaroids so she can react to the flashes.
How fairly?
Why, yes, I always state what's happening to no one in particular. No, not eyebrows! Well, at least he's covering his bum for us. Wow, it looks so realistic! Meanwhile, Beckmeyer and company have gone to Flo to try and find Jerboa.
Bog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
Oh, and here's my favorite character.
Jeez. G'day. Want to put a shrimp on the barbie? Anyone else live around here? Oh, not another idiot.
Okay, so the next scene I'm going to show you is probably the most infamous bit from it, and it's a little bit gross. The movie is still PG-13, but don't say you weren't warned. This is the birthing scene. Come on, look at this. Are we supposed to think that's cute? What am I even watching here? Anyway, this scene goes on for an ungodly long time without much else happening, so let's move on. Olga shows up at the village and we get yet more romance. If there's one thing this movie knows how to do, it's develop its characters well. Beckmeyer has apparently teamed up with some military types now, and he tells them to try and minimize the casualties.
Don't get emotional, Beckmeyer. Too many people have died already.
But how many of them have we killed over the years? They're nearly extinct.
Do you get the parallel? The thylacine became extinct because they were hunted down? Get it? Flo is wolf backwards!
I think they're dangerous. Evolutionary freaks.
Oh, what the hell, filmmakers? Don't just shove that in our face. Give us some warning. So Donnie followed Beckmeyer there, and Jerboa senses his presence and comes to him.
Look.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've had some time for thought, and maybe we should see other people. No, instead of the normal reaction anyone would have, Donnie apparently thinks this is a beautiful thing, and the two of them decide to run away and make a new life together. Oh well, the military types decide to tranquilize Thylo and take the clan in. The hell? Did this surprise the baby for some reason? Beckmeyer convinces Olga to undergo hypnosis so they can better understand the werewolves.
What are you, Olga?
I am a lycanthrope.
What do you think that is?
I am bad human, bad wolf.
She is just a fount of information. You know, I'm glad we're learning so much. Damn, lost at kissing chicken again! Back with Jerboa and Donnie. Gah! It's not cute, guys! Okay, maybe Beckmeyer will have more luck with Thylo.
How do you turn yourself into your animal side?
I just think about it, and it happens.
Alright, this isn't getting us anywhere. Maybe if you tried kissing him too. Or he could just use his handy strobe light he just happened to have lying around.
Sucking energy in!
Oh, come on. Now you're just pulling stuff out of your butt, movie. Part human, part wolf, part anteater. They kick down an anthill, and this time it's personal.
You may be one of them now.
No way. It's got to take more than a bite. Exchange of bodily fluids.
How the heck does he know that? That's actually useful information, so I sure as shit don't remember hearing any of that during the hypnosis sessions.
We understand the scientific significance of studying them. However, we are of the opinion they should be wiped out completely.
That is outrageous.
Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Seeing as how the military solution is kill everything, Beckmeyer takes matters into his own hands and frees Thylo and Olga. The military dudes decide to send in a team to retrieve him while these dudes watch. Gosh, they're manly. So, has this movie just stopped trying to be a comedy now?
Ah! Kendi, why do you always do that?
Sorry, I've been following you for a bit.
That, didn't explain why you did that at all, Kendi. He tells them that he saw a phantom in a dream, the spirit of the man who created the werewolves and became a giant wolf himself. The spirit is angry because a group of hunters is tracking them down, and this naturally leads him to dress up like Grace Jones and Vamp. He calls on the spirit to help him, and he becomes possessed. Alright, now they've got Super Wolf on their side. Nothing can stop them now! Well, except... Wait, what killed him? They cut from him murdering all the hunters to dying on the ground all of a sudden. Did the spirit kill him? What kind of jip is that?
You'll turn into a river, Kendi, and then a rainbow, and then you'll be a mountain.
No way. I'm just gonna die.
The funeral pyre alerts the 80s patrol, but Kendi's not done yet. Go, Candy! Go, Candy! Go! Candy, no! Ugh, this again? I don't know. It's the same thing Candy did, but with none of the sex appeal. No segue. This happens. Oh man, you mean Thylo's dead? Darn, I'm really gonna miss that attempted rapist. And wait, he turned into a giant wolf for that? What a letdown!
I think I love you.
Well, she moved on pretty quickly. Cut to however long later, and Jerboa, Donnie, Beckmeyer, Olga, the creepy kid, and Olga's own little creeper are living together in the wilderness in peace. The end. No, of course not. While Donnie and Beckmeyer are doing their best Crocodile Dundee impressions, Donnie reveals that he and Jerboa want to go back to the city. What, you mean you don't want to whittle sticks and fish all day for the rest of your lives? He says that the two of them can change their identities and start their lives afresh. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the government is looking for them, and, you know, I'm sure the mutant baby won't clue them in. So what do they plan to do once they get back to the city?
Get back into the movies.
Perfect. They couldn't be any more hidden from the public. 15 years later, yeah, they sure look 15 years older, Beckmeyer's old associate finds them to tell them that werewolves have been outed and declared equal by the Pope. He asks about Jerboa and Donnie, and we discover that they've become huge movie stars. Yeah, they sure changed their appearance. I can see how they've stayed hidden for 15 years. Well, it seems the vices of the world have changed them, and the two of them aren't as happy as they thought they would be. After an inexplicable appearance by Edna Everidge, Jerboa is at an awards ceremony when, surprise, there's flashing lights. You can see where this is going. Wow, it's so shocking, now the world knows it. Oh yeah, werewolves are kinda okay now. Oh well. Final thoughts? Well, Howling 3 has parts that really work and parts that really don't. When they actually explore the werewolf mythology, there are some great ideas, and some of the comedy is actually pretty funny, but I think it gets a bit lost in the message it was trying to convey about society. However, when you look at the pieces that analyze the werewolves and the lives these people lead, it's actually an interesting movie. It seems a little bit like two films in one, but it's definitely a lot better than the fourth installment was. I appreciated that the movie was trying to say something, instead of just cashing in on the Howling name for a quick buck. Well, I guess this means we're moving on to the next sequel. And believe me when I say that next week, the movie is not going to be nearly as easy to watch. Stay tuned for part 5.
Mary Lou, everybody is dead except us. The Count has murdered them.
No, this isn't real. Please say it's not real.
The Count will not rest until we are both dead. I must kill him.
No, this can't be happening.
I don't like home.
Why, child?
Because my stepfather tried to rape me and he's a werewolf.